All right, if you're gearing up for the PTE academic test, you're going to want to listen to this, seriously. The whole scoring system has been turned on its head for 2026, and all those old strategies, yeah, they're basically useless now. So today, we're going to hack this new AI. We're going to ditch the guesswork, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to focus on for a top score, and this is all based on official data from Pearson themselves. Okay, so let me ask you something right off the bat. What do you think is the single most important task in the whole PTE test? You know, the one that carries the most weight? I bet you're thinking something like repeat sentence or maybe write essay, right? And hey, for a long time you'd have been spot on. But for 2026, well, let's just say the answer is probably not what you're expecting.
Yeah, because in 2026, the rules of the game have totally changed. I'm not kidding. Pearson dropped this official data that's just completely flipped everything we thought we knew on its head. The stuff that used to get you points, it might actually hurt your score now. So what does that mean for you? It's simple, really. You need a brand new game plan.
And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We'll break down the AI's new rules, introduce you to the new kings of the test, totally rethink writing and speaking, get strategic with reading and listening, and then wrap it all up with your ultimate game plan. Sound good? Okay, let's get into it. All right, first things first, the AI's new rules. Now, let me be super clear. This isn't just some theory or what some third-party app thinks. Nope. On January 24th, 2026, Pearson themselves officially published the exact score weightings for every single task. So everything we're talking about today, it's coming straight from the source. It's hard data. This is our peek inside the AI's brain. So now that we know the rules have changed, it's time to meet the new kings of the PTE. These are the tasks that now have the most say over your final score. And trust me, this is where things get really interesting. Okay, you ready for this? Describe image. It now makes up a whopping 31% of your entire speaking score. Think about that. That is nearly 1/3 of your whole speaking score coming from just this one task. It's officially the biggest, most dominant task in the speaking section, and it's not even close. And if you thought that was a surprise, wait till you hear about the second king, summarize group discussion. I mean, just look at the double whammy here. It hits your speaking score for a huge 19%, and then it hits your listening score for an even bigger 20%. There's no other task in the entire test that has that kind of power across two different sections. It's a game changer. So the takeaway is super simple, right? Describe image and summarize group discussion. These are, without a doubt, your new #1 priorities. If you're serious about getting a high score, your prep needs to be all about nailing these two tasks, period. And look, don't just take my word for it. Here is the official data right from Pearson. You can see it right there in the table. The score distribution for tasks like describe image and summarize group discussion, it just confirms everything. It shows you exactly why these two are the new giants of the test. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about writing. For what feels like forever, the go-to strategy has been all about the essay template, right? Find the perfect one, memorize it, and you're golden. Well, it's time to throw that whole idea in the trash. The message from the experts out there, like Skills PTE Academic, couldn't be clearer. They're saying templates are banned, you use them, your marks will be drastically reduced. And they're right. The 2026 AI is just too smart now. It isn't fooled by those pre-baked generic sentences anymore. It's actively looking for unique ideas that actually answer the specific question you were given. Seriously, using a template now is probably the fastest way to tank your writing score. And look, don't get me wrong, the essay is still a big deal. It's 31% of your writing score, but it is not the whole story. Just look at this. Summarize written text is right behind it at 28%. That's super close. And then you've got write from dictation and summarize spoken text pulling a lot of weight too. Your writing score is a total team effort now. This really shows you the power of what they call integrated scoring. You've got tasks from the listening section, like write from dictation, that are pouring points directly into your writing score. Same thing with summarize written text. It helps both your writing and your reading scores. That's exactly why you just can't afford to get tunnel vision on the essay anymore. All right, let's talk about speaking, because with the PTE, it's never just about what you say, it's all about how you say it. You have to remember, you're not having a chat with a person. You're talking to an AI, and that AI is, well, it's a little picky. Think about how we normally talk to each other, right? Our voice goes up and down, we use pauses, there's emotion. The PTE AI hates that. It just doesn't get it. What it wants is something almost robotic. A really steady, monotone voice, a consistent pitch, and a smooth rhythm with no awkward breaks. So here's your checklist for creating that perfect AI-friendly voice. First, go for a monotone delivery. For male speakers, you want to keep your pitch nice and steady. Somewhere between 140 and 200 hertz is the sweet spot. Definitely avoid big jumps up or down in your voice. Speak super clearly, at a natural, consistent pace. Not too fast, not too slow. And the big one, no fumbling, no weird, unnatural pauses. That's the voice print the AI is literally programmed to reward. And this whole strategic mindset, it applies just as much to reading and listening. The test is shorter now, which means you have less time. You just can't afford to give every single question the same amount of attention. The real key to a high score is being smart about it, focusing your energy on the tasks that give you the biggest bang for your buck, points-wise. So, where should you focus? Let's break it down. For reading, it's all about the two fill-in-the-blanks question types. Seriously, together they make up almost half your reading score. Then, again, look at those integrated tasks. Write from dictation is a monster. It helps your writing score and your listening score. These are the questions where your study time will pay off the most. Look, at the end of the day, if you're chasing that 79+ score, you have to be ruthless with your time management. It's all about mastering these high-value tasks. Stop wasting precious minutes on the questions that are worth very little. A smart, focused game plan is so much better than trying to be perfect on every single question. It's just not possible. Okay, wow. We have covered a ton of new information, so let's bring it all home. Let's package this up into your ultimate PTE game plan, a simple 4-step strategy to absolutely crush the 2026 test. Okay, here it is. Step 1, master the new kings. That means describe image and summarize group discussion become your new best friends. Step 2, ditch the templates. For good, focus on creating fresh, relevant content for all the writing tasks. Step 3, train your AI voice. Get that monotone, clear, rhythmic speaking style down pat. And finally, step 4, be strategic. Put your study time into those high-yield tasks for reading and listening to get the most points possible. And that leaves us with one final thought. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? As we're all learning to speak at a monotone and focusing our energy on these very specific tasks, it's worth asking ourselves, are we actually learning to get better at English, or are we just getting really good at pleasing an algorithm? Definitely something to chew on.